Hey guys, Sherm here, and today I'm going to be testing what I believe is the easiest car in the entirety of Asphalt 9 to drive. It is the Chevrolet Corvette Grand Sport. Now this and the Egoista had an encore recently, basically a reboot of their previous encore together, and I bought a couple packs for this car and got it to 4 stars. Now previously I tested it at 3 stars, so it should be a little bit better. All upgrades and import parts are applied that I can do at 4 stars, and I'm at 3579 rank. Unfortunately it's not 1679, but at least the last two numbers are correct. So one thing that was never so great about this car was the acceleration. It starts up decently, but cars like the P1 and GTR Nismo do start up faster, because even at 4 stars, this car only has an acceleration stat of 74, which isn't great. Also, its speed is only around 214, I believe, at this rank. However, its handling stat is 90, which means it loses hardly any speed around the corners, and it drifts extremely well and handles extremely well, and its nitro efficiency is one of the longest lasting in the game. Oh, and if you watch Supersonic's comparison video between this and the Huracan, you will find that the nitro stat does not always tell you exactly which cars have longer lasting nitro than the others, because at max, the Huracan's nitro stat is higher than the Corvette's nitro stat, but the Corvette actually has longer nitro in all 4 types. Not by too much though, they are very close, so we managed to come in first in this race ahead of this P1 that was behind us, and a LaFerrari, another Grand Sport, and the Nismo. So now we're on one of the newest Rome tracks. Now this race is one of the new Rome tracks, and the race after this is the next one. I want to show you how good the Corvette does on these, because I believe it's definitely one of the best cars to use on these tracks. Now obviously you can't pick your car based on the track, but I'm just saying, when you go into multiplayer with this car and one of these tracks comes up, well, you're going to do very well. As you can see, we're already quite far ahead of everybody else, didn't even need to flat spin there, get around this corner with no problem, and our very long-lasting shockwave gets us up to here. Basically, you don't even need to be a pro at this game to drive this car very well. It just does exactly what you want it to. Really, the only downside to it, other than maybe mediocre acceleration, is the top speed, which is not great. But, I mean, you can stay at your top speed most of the time. That's the thing. You don't really need to worry about it. You can get around this inside corner here without losing your speed and without running out of nitro. That's something that hardly any other car in the game can do. So some people have asked me whether I like the Corvette Grand Sport or Huracan better overall. I would choose the Huracan for events, but I would say the Corvette is definitely the easier of the two cars to drive, because the Huracan, well, it's extremely good. It just doesn't have quite the ease around corners and stuff as this one. Its drift radius is not quite as sharp, you know? So in this race, we've got another Corvette, we've got a P1, a Huayra, an Aventador SV, a VLF, so let's see how this car does against some high-end A-class cars. So one thing about the Corvette is that it is one of those interesting cars that is very good even at lower stars. I remember when I had this car at 1 star for a long time, whenever it first came out, I think it was, or maybe in the first Encore. So anyway, whenever it was at 1 star, I was playing it in multiplayer, and I wanted to wait till I started up a bit more to record it, so I didn't get these races on camera, but I was beating like P1s and Centenarios and stuff that were going well over 230 miles per hour in this car that only went, what, 205 or something at 1 star? It was pretty crazy, and at that point I knew that this was definitely one of the better multiplayer cars in the game, and definitely one of the easiest ones to win in, as long as you didn't get Himalayas, because at that point this car really can't do a lot. Although, to be honest, there are some Himalayan tracks that are somewhat twisty. We get up to the end of this race with nobody close by, having been able to stay at top speed pretty much the entire map. If you like that sort of car, that's what this car will do you good for. Now, in this next race, we've got a VLF around 3800 rank, quite a bit faster than us. As you are watching this video, I am in Dallas to co-host the Asphalt 9 ESL Open Mobile Event Finals at DreamHack Dallas. I'm pre-recording this video and a few others to come out during my time there, so you guys don't have to worry about the video uploads and schedules and all that stuff going off. So you're still going to get the videos, but do keep in mind that I don't have a whole lot of time to do all of this, getting ready and all that. So I'm going to put music for the rest of the video, but I will still give my general review at the end, and we've got some great races, so stay tuned. So guys, I think it's pretty safe to say that this Corvette Grand Sport is a beast in multiplayer, especially at higher stars, although it is still very good at lower stars. Its acceleration is average, its top speed is average as well, however its handling and nitro efficiency are some of the best in the entire game. Its handling might be the number one at over 90.